Yo, yo, yo. We back again, man, with some midlife thoughts. Thanks for tuning in. Listen to the things I have to say. We going back to the 2018 NBA draft today, man. Yeah, I remember that draft pretty well. The first overall pick you had DeAndre Ayton. Yes, sir. DeAndre Ayton coming out of Arizona. Supposed to be in the next great big man. Ain't quite worked out that way. He's a good player, but it ain't quite worked out in the way that people thought it was going to work. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was going to be really, really good too, man. I watched him in Arizona, the way he moved. He was very athletic to be that size. People started talking about Shaq. They was comparing him to young Shaq back in the day. Not young Shaq. All right. You got the number 2 pick going to Sacramento, which was Marvin Bagley, the third, second, or third, fourth, whatever he is. You got Marvin Bagley, man. That definitely ain't worked out. I don't know what happened right there, man. Real talented player, man. Coming out of Duke. I thought he was going to be really, really, really good. I mean, hindsight is 2020, man. But back at the time, he could have probably went number 1 from the way his talent was looking, man. He could have went number 1 overall. Marvin Bagley. Number 3. Oh, boy. The Atlanta Hawks draft Luka Doncic. Yep. The Atlanta Hawks draft Luka Doncic. Sure did. Yeah. It's a good pick. Anyway, man, I'm going to come back to that, man. Number 4. I'm just going to do the top 5 picks, by the way. I ain't going to go past number 5. I'm just going to do the top 5 picks, and then we're going to get into a discussion. Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Memphis Grizzlies. Good pick. Jaren Jackson, he's worked out as far as pretty good player, man. Made an all-star team. Yeah, doing good in the NBA. It was worthy of that number 4 pick. That was a good pick. Number 5, the Dallas Mavericks take Trae Young. And oh, by the way, they are trading the number 5 pick. They're trading Trae Young to the Atlanta Hawks for Luka Doncic. And they're also going to give Atlanta the number 10 pick that they got coming up, which turned out to be Cam Reddish. Okay, cool. That sounds great, doesn't it? It sounds good for Atlanta. Man, you get Trae Young, somebody who averaging 29 and 9 in college, 27 and 9. Man, you got Cam Reddish, a top 10 player, top 10 talent coming out of Duke. At the time, man, Cam Reddish was, he was looked at he was supposed to be pretty good in the league, man. Like I said, hindsight is always 2020. Yeah, you can talk trash and you can talk junk about him now, but when Cam Reddish was coming out, man, he was highly touted. People consider him that he was going to be a great pick, man. Top 10 talent. Right? Now let's talk about what the Hawks was thinking in that 2018 draft that made me mad. It wasn't that them drafting Trae Young made me mad. That wasn't what made me mad. In hindsight, yeah. We looking at Luka and we looking at Trae, and yeah, we like, wow, how could the Hawks make this mistake? Darn, man, they should have. You know what I'm saying? They really messed that one up. That at the time, that wasn't the reason why I was looking crazy when the Hawks did this, man. I'm finna tell you why I was looking crazy, man. They then proceed to draft. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Okay. Now the Hawks general manager at the time was Travis Schlenk. They got him from the Golden State Warriors. They picked him up from the Golden State Warriors because You know, the Hawks organization was looking over like, dang, man, organization, they doing it big over there. They winning. We need to grab one of them people out from over there so we can follow that model of what Golden State is doing. So we're gonna take Travis Schlink from them, bring him over here and let him be the general manager, and let him build on that what they did out there in Golden State. We want to, we want to have that type of success too. So okay, that's what the Hawks is thinking. Okay, Travis Schlink then proceeds to draft Kevin Huerter. Okay, I still didn't think too much of it. I'm like, okay, Kevin Huerter, man, a good shooter, might be a good player in the league. Still not worried about it. When they drafted Omari Spellman, my jaw dropped. My jaw dropped because I'm looking at it like, okay, this got to be what is going on, man? Why are they doing this? The Atlanta Hawks try to recreate the Golden State Warriors in one draft. Are you kidding me? You draft Trae Young because you thought he was going to be Steph Curry. You draft Kevin Huerter to be Klay Thompson. And you draft Omari Spellman in the second round, just like Draymond Green, because you expected him to turn out to be Draymond Green. Who does this, man? Who do that? You trying to recreate the Golden State model in one draft? Why don't you just pick your own players and how you want to build around a certain player, man, instead of trying to look over there and say, okay, we're going to draft him because he looked like Steph Curry. We're going to draft him because he looked like Kevin Huerter. And because he looked like Klay Thompson. We're going to draft him because he acts like Draymond Green. Man, get out of here, man. That's crazy. That's why the Hawks can't never get nothing right, man, because of things like that. That ain't the way you build a basketball team, looking at somebody else saying we want to pick players that look exactly or that we deem the same way they look. Trae Young's not Steph Curry. He do not move without the ball at all. Kevin Huerter, good player. I can't say, you know what I'm saying? I can't say he not, Klay Thompson. They move the same a little bit now. Yeah, I ain't saying they the same type player. Same player. Klay Thompson, way better player, don't get me wrong. But I see what they were seeing. But you don't do that. You don't do that. Omari Spellman ain't even in the league. So you got that aspect of it that made me mad in what the Hawks was thinking. And here's another aspect of what they was thinking that really, I ain't gonna say it made me mad, but it's just like, come on, dude. What y'all making these decisions on the wrong type things, man, instead of basketball. They not drafted. They traded Luka Doncic for Trae Young because of the culture in Atlanta. Luka Doncic did not fit the culture. And if you know what I mean by when I say culture, I'm talking about the hip hop culture in Atlanta. They didn't look at Luka as he would fit in great for this city like Trae Young would because of the hip hop aspect of Atlanta. This is the type of decisions that we make in Atlanta, man. I'm just keeping it real. These are the type of decisions that we make in Atlanta. Not that Luka, mind you, Luka been playing professional basketball since he was 13, 14 years old. He been playing against grown men. He won a EuroLeague MVP and the title. I don't know if he won the title. I know he won it. Yes, he did. He won the title and the MVP as a teenager. If you can't look at that and say, dang, man, that's a generational talent. But no. You want to look at Trae Young. He hip hop. Now I understand. You can look at Trae Young and say, okay, with the man averaging as a freshman, 19 years old, he averaging 19. Well, not 19, I'm sorry. He averaging 27 points and 9 assists. You looking at that and be like, yeah, boy, he going to be great. That sounds great, man. It does. Just like it sounds great now when people telling you Trae Young averaging 30 and 10. It sounds great. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, man, and I need y'all to understand this. If you don't understand nothing else, understand this. Stats do not win ball games, man. Putting up numbers do not win ball games. Intangibles win ball games. Superstars win ball games. Yeah, Trae Young was putting up 27 and 9 in Oklahoma, and he was losing. Stats. He just putting up stats. Meanwhile, Luka is over in Real Madrid winning a EuroLeague MVP and winning the title. Now, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna tell you the worst thing that could have happened to Trae Young and the young Atlanta Hawks in his career. A few years ago, Trae Young, after they fired whatever his name is, after they fired Lloyd Pierce and Nate McMillan stepped in, the Hawks went on a run. I mean, amazing. These guys are really young. You got Trae Young, you had Kevin Huerter, you had DeAndre Hunter. These guys are really young, man. And they went on a run all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not sure they might even have, beat Milwaukee if Trae Young didn't get hurt, man. That's how well they was playing, bro. They was playing great. That was probably one of the worst things that could have happened to Trae Young in his career. Because everything he said after that was mind-numbing. Next year started, he come out talking about how boring the regular season is, and I'm looking like, dude, what are you talking about? Did you just win a title or something? Oh, the regular season is boring. We'll be back next year and all that stuff. And meanwhile, while you talking about regular season is boring, you don't make the playoffs. What? Your record start going down and down and down because of that mindset that you had. You thought you had reached the mountaintop. Trae Young started walking around like he just a man. He thought he had arrived. And everything since then has been going downhill. Ever since the Hawks made that Eastern Conference Final when he, a few years ago. There's steps that you have to take. The Hawks, when they did that, there was a couple of years ahead of too early. And they was, Trae Young was very immature. He was real immature, man. And you could see it. By that happening so young, and him not understanding that you got to keep working and you got to get better. No, he thought he had reached the mountaintop, and it's been going backward ever since. That's the worst thing that could have happened to the young Hawks at that time, because they skipped the damn step. Meanwhile, you see Luka Doncic he's grown mature all the steps that he's taking. He's taking steps and steps and steps. He's going up the ladder, and he's gaining maturity. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been through, not thinking he reached the mountaintop early in his career and thinking that's it. I ain't got to go no farther, or I ain't got to get no better. I'm great. Instead, he's getting better every year, and his maturity level is coming along with it. You can tell how mature Luka is now. He know how to play with his teammates now. He know when to do things and when not to do things. He still yell at the ref, a little too much, but hey, man, I'll take it. So you got one guy. Yeah, I said this at the time a long time ago, man. Trae Young might be an all-star. You got a Trae Young, you got an all-star player. Plus, you got the number 10 pick, which was Cam Reddish at the time. He's probably going to be an all-star player. But you got this other guy, this teenager coming out of Real Madrid, who just won an MVP, who just won a title. Probably going to be a generational talent. Top 10 player of all time when it's all said and done. Have y'all seen Luka lately, man? Man, that's what it looks like when Larry Bird was in the league. Killing him. Y'all seen Trae Young lately? Yeah. Just putting up same stats. Can't win. Can't win with him. because he do not move without the ball. He do nothing if Trae Young does nothing if he don't have the ball. No kind of intangibles at all. None. He ain't gonna do nothing if he don't have the ball in his hand. You can't win like that, man. I was got to get rid of him. That's what I'm fearful of now. Now that Luka gone to the finals now, I'm afraid that the Hawks is gonna try to keep on, hold on to Trae Young now because they don't want to admit that they made a mistake. So they're gonna keep him. Man, y'all need to get rid of that guy, man. Go ahead and count your losses. He making too much money to not be winning you ball games. To be in be the 10th seed every year. You don't pay somebody that much money to be the 10th seed. Get him out of there, man. I'd rather pay somebody less money and be the 10th seed. That way we can bring better players in. All right, man.